It's a lot of elevation to gain in a car versus hiking a mountain. So
You're on the Big Island, right?
Big Island, yeah. This microphone sounds different. Something different.
More sensitive?
A little louder. That's all.
You have a little louder.
Yeah.
Good evening. I call this meeting to order. Will you please rise and join me at the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, can we please start with a roll call?
Council President Prince. Councilmember Perez. Councilmember Vaughn.
Here.
Councilmember Albertson.
Here.
Councilmember Rivera.
Here.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Here.
And Councilmember McGurven.
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, 2 absent.
Yes, Councilmember Allison.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember O'Halloran, that the 2 absent council members be excused. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. They are excused. Next up is the administrative report.
Okay, I'm reading it tonight, Mr. Mayor. It says, get ready in Renton by enrolling in the Fall Community Emergency Response Team, CERT classes offered by the city's Emergency Management Division. Registration is now open until August 21, so seize the opportunity to prepare yourself to respond effectively in a disaster. The CERT program is designed to equip participants with essential skills to handle a range of emergency scenarios covering areas such as personal preparedness, first aid, fire suppression, search and rescue, terrorism, and team organization. During this insightful 8-week course, participants will experience a blend of classroom learning and practical hands-on training, culminating in the ability to serve as a crucial first responder within their neighborhoods during the critical aftermath of a disaster. The fall CERT classes begin on August 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Renton Regional Fire Authority Fire Station 14 and runs for 8 weeks. The course concludes with the final drill on Saturday, October 5th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Visit rentonwa.gov/register and search for CERT. And finally, information about preventive street maintenance, traffic impact projects, and road closures can be found at rentonwa.gov/traffic. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up is audience comment, and we have nobody signed up today to speak, so we're going to move on to the consent agenda. There are 11 items for council's consideration. There any council like pulled for separate discussion?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Councilmember Albertson.
Hearing none, I move to approve the consent agenda as published.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember O'Halloran, that the consent agenda be approved as published. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We are on to unfinished business. Councilmember Van.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Community Services Committee has one report to present.
All right, Community Services Committee report. The Community Services Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize staff to pursue potential acquisition of the Stoneway property, parcel number 172-305-9026, for its fair market value, and if negotiations are successful, return to council with a recommended purchase and sale agreement and proposed budget adjustments to pay for the acquisition. This is signed by the committee chair and vice chair.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Albertson.
move that council concur with the Community Services Committee report.
Second. Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember McGurven. The council concur with the Community Services Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I should have included this in the first response, but the Planning and Development Committee also has a report to present.
Okay.
Okay. Planning and Development Committee report, planned action ordinance. for Rainier Grady Junction, TOD sub-area. The Planning and Development Committee concurs with the staff and Planning Commission recommendation to adopt ordinances to implement the Rainier Grady Junction TOD sub-area planned action EIS and establish the Rainier Grady Junction zoning overlay. The Planning and Development Committee further recommends that the necessary ordinances to implement the above recommendation be prepared and presented for first reading when they are complete. This is one, adopting a commercial arterial CA zoning throughout the planned action area, adopting the planned action environmental impact statement, and third, adopting the Rainier Grady Junction zoning overlay. This is signed by the committee vice chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Harrison.
move the council concur with the Planning and Development Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember Halloran, that the council concur with the Planning and Development Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. And we're on to Councilmember Rivera.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, the Public Safety Committee has one committee report to present.
Hey, Public Safety Committee report. This is regarding an interlocal agreement with the Renton School District for the School Resource Officer Program. Public Safety Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the 2024-2025 School Resource Officer SRO interlocal agreement. This is signed by the committee chair and vice chair.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Rivera.
we had a very robust conversation in public safety today, and though we've heard concerns and accolades from both the Chiefs Community Council and members of the community, the school district and council and community finds that it'd be the most beneficial for us to have these SROs. They'll provide one in each high school, which I think will be incredibly beneficial as the request of the school district and parents and families with the goal of building relationships. I would also just like to remind everybody out there in Cyberland and the public that we will have data on this SRO program presented from the Renton Police Department, hopefully come January of 2025, to see the effectiveness of this relationship building. And that I have been informed that any arrests that occur, unless it is a felony or an incredibly violent offense, is at the discretion of the administration of the school. The goal is not to arrest, but to build relationships. And so with that, I move that the council concur with the recommendation of the committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Rivera, second by Councilmember Halloran, that the council concur with the Public Safety Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We are on to Councilmember Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Finance Committee has 7 committee reports this evening.
Hey, Finance Committee report. The first is approval of claims and payroll vouchers. Finance Committee approves the following payments. Accounts payable, total payment of $6,208,386.30 for a number of vouchers, payroll benefit withholding vouchers, and 3 wire transfers. And 2, payroll, total payment of $2,084,822.38 for a number of payroll vouchers, including 819 direct deposits and 26 checks. This is the July 1st through 15th pay period. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor. I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second. Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The next report is regarding an agreement for the Long Acres Environmental Impact Statement. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to enter into an agreement with EA Engineering, Science, and Technology Incorporated, PBC, in the amount of $400,827 for professional services to the city of Renton in preparation of the environmental impact statement for Long Acres redevelopment in accordance with the approved scope of work. This too is signed by the chair and member.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second. Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
All right, the next report is regarding a grant for climate planning. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the grant agreement with the Department of Commerce in the amount of $19,975 for 2023 through 2025 climate planning. The grant is for the development of the Growth Management Act climate change and resiliency element requirements related to the implementation of House Bill 1181. This too is signed by the chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Halloran.
I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, the next report is regarding the bid award for the 2024 slurry seal project. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to award the construction contract to Doolittle Construction LLC in the amount of $849,058. The committee further recommends approval of a budget transfer in the amount of $462,726 from the Transportation Benefit District revenues to account for staff time, contingency funds, construction contract, and to cover all other anticipated expenditures for the construction phase of this project. This too is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
Moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second. Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Right, the next agreement is with the a grant with the Department of Ecology for water quality stormwater. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the Water Quality Stormwater Capacity Grant Agreement number WQSWCAP-2325-Renton-00040 with the Department of Ecology for up to $130,000 in non-matching funds to assist the city in complying with the requirements of the Western Washington Phase 2 Municipal Stormwater Permit and to allocate the funds to the relevant operating and revenue accounts at the next budget adjustment. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Halloran.
I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Right, the next report is regarding application for grant for the Earlington Park Athletic and Support Facilities. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to adopt the resolution authorizing application to the State Recreation and Conservation Office for a Community Outdoor Athletic Facilities Grant. The committee further recommends that the resolution regarding this item be presented for adoption at tonight's meeting. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
Okay, the next and final report is for the another grant application, this time for the Cedar River Boathouse Dock Replacement Phase 2 project. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to adopt a resolution authorizing application to the State Recreation and Conservation Office for a Community Outdoor Athletic Facilities Grant. The committee further recommends that the resolution regarding this item be presented for adoption at tonight's council meeting. This too is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Halloran.
surprise. I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? Any surprises? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We're on to Councilmember McGurven.
I have no unfinished business and no surprises.
All right. That's great. Then we're going to move on to legislation. We have 3 resolutions and 1 ordinance for adoption.
The first resolution is regarding the interlocal agreement with the Renton School District. Resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with the Renton School District for the purpose of providing school resource officers for 2024 through 2025.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Rivera.
I move that the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Rivera, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the resolution be adopted as read. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
The next resolution is regarding the grant application for Earlington Park. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the submission of an application for grant funding assistance for Community Outdoor Athletic Facilities, COAF project, to the Recreation and Conservation Funding Board for the Earlington Park Athletic and Support Facilities project.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the resolution be adopted as read. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The final resolution is regarding another grant application, this time for the Cedar River Boathouse. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the submission of an application for grant funding assistance for a Community Outdoor Athletic Fields, COAF project, to the Recreation and Conservation Funding Board for the Cedar River Boathouse Dock Replacement Phase 2 project.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the resolution be adopted as read. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries.
The ordinance is for second and final reading. It's regarding a revised salary table. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the 2024 City of Renton salary table to reflect the council salaries established by the Independent Salary Commission and to update titles and series for various positions, providing for severability and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
O'Halloran.
I move the ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, the ordinance it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember McGurven, that the ordinance be adopted as read. This is a second reading. If there's no discussion, it will require a roll call.
Hey,
Roll call.
Council President Pro Tem Albertson,
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn,
Aye.
Councilmember Rivera,
Aye.
Councilmember O'Halloran,
Aye.
Councilmember McGurven.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all ayes.
Okay, motion carries, and we're on to new business. And start Councilmember Van.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
All right, Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I have a few items here. On Monday, August 19th, is a council holiday. There will be no meetings. Also on August 26th, Monday, a council holiday, no meetings. And then on Monday, September 2nd, is Labor Day holiday, and we will have no meetings. And on September 9th, after missing one another so much, we shall have some meetings. Particularly at 3 o'clock, the Community Services Committee will meet in the council conference room and via video conference. 3 items on the agenda: Parks Project update, Human Services update, and emerging issues in Parks and Recreation. At 4:45, the Planning and Development Committee will meet in the council conference room and via video conference. 3 items as well on that agenda: Docket 19 Group A update, Rental Registration Program update, and emerging issues in CED. And then at 6 o'clock, we will have the Committee of the Whole meeting in the Council Conferencing Center. 1 item on the agenda: Communications and Engagement Strategic Plan. And then finally at 7 p.m., we will have the regular council meeting in council chambers and via video conference. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Rivera.
As much as I would love to hold us here, because I am going to miss you all so terribly, I have no new business today.
All right, Councilmember O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. On September 9th, Monday at 4 p.m., the Finance Committee will be meeting in the council conference room and via video conference. We have 5 items on the agenda. The first is the acceptance of the Public Assistance Grant Agreement D24-366 Disaster 4775-DR-WA. The second is the agreement with Bruce Dees and Association for the Cleveland Richardson Park Master Plan. Third is therapeutic court interagency agreement and the therapeutic court interagency agreement, the administrative office of the courts. Fourth is vouchers, and fifth is emerging issues in finance. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Councilmember McGurven.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
All right, what is the wish of the council?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, second by Councilmember O'Halloran, that we adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anybody say nay. All right, we're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.